Hello friends, welcome to the video lecture series on artificial intelligence and machine learning. I am Dr. Dafda, and in this 36th video class of AIML, we will understand iterative deepening A star or IDA star search in artificial intelligence, and we will also see its implementation in Python. In our previous video class, we studied A star search, which is the most influential algorithm in artificial intelligence, which is widely used in video game pathfinding, robotics navigation, route planning, etc. But we also understood that it requires a lot of memory and it can crash a computer because the waiting list grows large exponentially to the order of b raised to d. So we have to search for other memory saving versions of informed or heuristic search. We will study three different memory bounded informed or heuristic searches. First one is IDA star, that is iterative deepening A star search. Second one is RBFS, that is recursive best first search. And third one is SMA star, that is simplified memory bounded A star search. See, IDA star and SMA star are memory bounded versions of A star search, as you can see in the name A star is appearing, while RBFS is the memory bounded version of BFS or best first search. Starting with the name, why it is called iterative deepening A star search? It is called iterative deepening because it combines the depth first strategy of iterative deepening depth first search, that is IDDFS, with the heuristic guidance of A star search. In standard IDDFS, the algorithm performs repeated depth first searches, increasing a depth limit from 1 to 2, 2 to 3 and so on with each pass, and this we have already studied in our video lecture number 31, which is IDDFS and its implementation in Python. IDA star modifies this by using the F cost, that is Fn is equal to Gn plus Hn as the limit instead of a simple depth. So essentially it is A star's logic running inside an iterative deepening engine to save memory, as it only needs to store the current path it is exploring. Okay, so let us start. Let us understand what is IDA star search. The problem. First, think of standard A star. It is smart, but it is an algorithm that uses a lot of computer memory. It saves every single city or node it finds into the computer RAM. And for big maps, the memory needed grows exponentially like order of b raised to d, which is so large that it can actually crash our computer memory. So what is the solution? This is where IDA star comes into the picture. Think of IDA star as a hybrid algorithm. It takes the low memory style of BFS and mixes it with the intelligence of A star. So the key idea is, in regular IDDFS, we use a depth limit like 1, 2 or 3. But in IDA star, we use an F cost limit in place of simple depth limit. For example, we might say search paths where the total cost is under 366. If we don't find the goal, we increase the limit to 393, then to 413, and so on. We try again and again until we find the goal. And because it works like a depth search, it only needs to remember the current path it is exploring. This brings down the space complexity or memory from a giant exponential number to a very manageable order of b into d number. And even though it is saving memory, it is just as smart as A star search. It still uses our favorite formula of A star, that is f of n is equal to g of n plus h of n, and it makes sure it is always heading towards our goal efficiently. Okay, let us step by step understand how exactly IDA star works. Pay attention to this table. This is exactly how IDA star works in the real world. Think of IDA star like a very strict father giving a travel budget to his son. We will consider the same example of going from Arad to Bucharest. In this map, the G cost is already given in these black fonts, and the F cost I have shown using the red fonts. And from our previous video class, we know how this f of n comes. For example, f cost for CBU is f is equal to g plus h G is the distance traveled so far, that is 140, plus H is from this table. So from this table, the distance from CBU to Bucharest is 253. So 140 plus 253, which is equal to 393 kilometers. So remember, we take different iterations according to this F cost. Okay. In iteration 1, we start at Arad and our budget is set to 366 because that is Arad's own F cost. Okay. We look at its neighbors, that is CBU, Timisoara and Zerind. And the F cost of CBU is 393, Timisoara is 447 and Zerind is 449. So we see that all of these three cost more than 366. So the algorithm says all options are more than 366. So it will stop immediately, and also this budget is very low, so it increases the budget to the cheapest explored option. So cheapest of these three is 393, that is CBU. So we set the next F limit to 393. So in next iteration our F limit is 393 and we again start from Arad. So from Arad it will again go to Zerind, Timisoara and CBU. It will go to CBU and further it will explore Făgăraș and Râmnicu-Vilcea. But we see that CBU's neighbor Făgăraș is 415 kilometers and Râmnicu-Vilcea is 413 kilometers, and both of these are over budget as compared to 393. So again the budget is increased to next cheapest option, that is 413. So next F limit is 413 kilometers and we start again in iteration 3 from Arad. So from Arad it again goes to Zerind, which is larger than 413 kilometer. So it will come back Timisoara, that is also larger than 413 kilometers. So it will come back CBU, that is cheaper. So it will go ahead. It will go to Făgăraș, that is also larger than 413 kilometer. So it will come back and go to Râmnicu-Vilcea, that is 413 kilometer. And from Râmnicu-Vilcea it will go to Pitești, that is 417 kilometer, and Craiova, that is 526 kilometers. So we again see that the next two options are greater than 413. So now we set the F budget to next cheapest explored option, Făgăraș, at 415 kilometers. So in iteration 4 our limit is 415 kilometer and the path followed is from Arad to CBU to Făgăraș. But it cannot go ahead because it will reach Bucharest at 450 kilometers, which is much larger. So it will come back from Făgăraș to CBU. From CBU it will go to Râmnicu-Vilcea, which is at 413 kilometers, and next two options it have is Pitești at 417 kilometer and Craiova at 526 kilometers. So next cheapest option is Pitești at 417 kilometers. So in iteration 5 it set the F limit budget to 417 kilometers. So we set the next budget to 417 kilometers and we start again from Arad. From Arad it will go to Zerind, which is larger than 417 kilometers. So it will come back. From Arad it will go to Timisoara, which is again larger than 417 kilometers. So it will again come back. It will go to CBU, that is lower than 417 kilometers. So it will go to Făgăraș, that is again lower than 417 kilometers, and it can reach to Bucharest with 450 kilometers. But that is larger than the budget of 417 kilometers. So it will come back. It will visit Râmnicu-Vilcea, that is 413 kilometers, that is smaller than 417 kilometers. It can go to Pitești, that is 417 kilometers, which is same as our budget, and from Pitești it can go to Bucharest, which comes out to be 418 kilometers using this path. And this 418 kilometers is greater than our budget of 417 kilometers, so it will stop at Pitești and it will set the next limit of 418 kilometers as the F budget. So in the last iteration it will again start from Arad, that is 366 kilometers. As these two are larger than 418 kilometers, it will take this path. 393 is lower than 418 kilometers, so it will take this path, but again this path comes out to be 450, which is larger than 418 kilometers, so it will come back to CBU. It will explore Râmnicu-Vilcea, that is 413 kilometers, that is smaller than 418 kilometers, so it can go ahead to Pitești, and to Craiova, that is 5 to 6 kilometers. So as 5 to 6 kilometers is larger than 418 kilometers, it will come back to Râmnicu-Vilcea and it will go from Râmnicu-Vilcea to Pitești, that is 417 kilometers, and from Pitești it will reach Bucharest at the F cost of 418 kilometers, and our goal is reached at the cost of exactly our budget of 418 kilometers and we are successful in finding our goal. So it will go from Arad to Sibiu to Râmnicu-Vâlcea to Pitești and to Bucharest and reach Bucharest at 418 kilometers. So the key point to remember here is that in every iteration we again start from Arad, and this we will also see when we implement this in Python. And this is why IDE star does not need much RAM. It does not save the map. It just remembers the current path and the budget. Of course it is slow because of the restarts, but it is very safe for the computer's memory. It is like a slow and steady winner. Okay. So to wrap up IDE star search, just think IDE star as our memory saver version of A star search. The best part is that it is both complete and optimal. In simple words, it is 100% guaranteed to find the absolute best and shortest path to Bucharest, just like original A star did. It does not compromise on the results. Now there's a small catch. It works a bit like forgetful driving. Imagine you are looking for a house. You drive a certain distance, you don't find it, and then you actually go all the way back to the start at Arad to try a slightly longer path. And you keep repeating this until you find the goal. So you might think, isn't that a waste of time? Well, in real world, spending a little extra time recalculating is a much better deal than having your computer hang or crash because the RAM got full. Because it is so reliable and light on memory, IDE star is actually used in many real world applications as compared to standard A star search. Let us implement this same example for IDE star search in Python. So that is all for this video class. You will find the link to download the PPTs and the Python codes in the description box. I hope you would have gained a good knowledge from this video lecture. Thank you very much.